Well, first and foremost, good evening once again, and thank you for attending our second annual Sudbury Pitch competition. My name is Duval. I'm the CEO of NORCAT, and we'll talk about that for a while. It's an absolute privilege to be hosting you this evening, and I do promise you this will be a very exciting, fast-moving evening. But it's an evening that's made possible by a whole suite of sponsors that you can see on the screen, and I just want to acknowledge them this evening because there are representatives from each here tonight. The Northern Ontario Angels, Fraser Dorsey, Freeland Caldwell Riley, the USW, Northern Ontario Business and Northern Life, the Sudbury Chamber of Commerce, the Forge, Terra Designs, Personal Energy Coaching, Porter Airlines, and as a sponsor this year, last year's People's Choice winner, Staff. So on behalf of NORCAT and everyone here, thank you to the sponsors for enabling us to do this evening. So the first thing I want to do is draw your attention to the brand and logo that you see on the screens. I just want to give you some context as to why we're here and what the NORCAT Innovation Mill is about. So our role is to work with community partners to either help start or accelerate the growth of innovative, scalable companies to enable them to grow, generate meaningful jobs, not only for our community, but to make our country more competitive on the global stage. What's interesting to know about the NORCAT Innovation Mill in that mandate is that we are sector agnostic. We work with clients from the IT space, the clean tech space, the mining sector, advanced manufacturing. We cover it all, and the reason we do so is we believe the cross-industry collaboration of early-stage tech companies actually results in those companies growing faster as they share ideas from different business models in different industries. One thing I want to delineate is we are not in the business of research. We have many primary academic institutions in our community that do an exceptional job at that. And I look at research quite simply as taking money and turning it into knowledge. Our job is innovation, where we take that knowledge and turn it back into money. And that's our intent for tonight, helping these companies to make some money. Now, one quick thing I want to also draw to your attention, you have a booklet in front of you, and there's an array of programs and services that the NORCAT Innovation Mill offers. So for any would-be or existing small entrepreneurial ventures in the audience, if you open up your booklet, there's a small one that offers all the programs that we do at the NORCAT Innovation Mill. And I would encourage you to spend some time to look at that if you're interested in becoming a client. Now, the other thing I want to share is, why is working with startup companies so important, not only to Sudbury, but to our country? Well, let me give you some interesting statistics. Of all new companies started in Canada today, only 4 to 10% of those companies will become high-growth firms. And high growth is a subjective term, but those are the ones that will create a material amount of jobs and wealth for our country. Of that small 4 to 10%, the top 5% will create 2/3 of all new jobs. So why is our job important? That's our mandate. And our job is to provide programs and services to help that top 5% grow faster, grow bigger, to create sustainable jobs for our community. So that's what the Innovation Mill is about, and that is the reason that we're here tonight, to see 4 really interesting companies. So, for those that attended last year, it was quite the event, and what you're going to see this evening, I don't think could be more different. You're going to see 4 very different companies, different markets, different business models. But we're very excited. And the one thing I'll share with you, in the audience last year, it was interesting after the 4 companies pitched, that the ones that one may have not have thought would create the most jobs or generate the most wealth, in fact did. And the ones that you might have thought, sure bet, maybe didn't work out. But to share with you some quick stats, one of the companies came in looking to do some pilots, international paid pilots with their product, and are now doing so. One company started out more as a service company that now invested in a technology that has added a handful of new jobs and as a scalable tech solution to complement their other business, now has an office and continues to grow with technology licensing agreements. One of the companies was seeking a bit of capital to do enhanced, I'll call it alpha or beta testing of their product, and are now doing so. And one of the companies will be announcing soon a handful of term sheets closing close to $500,000 of Sudbury angel capital. Those were the 4 companies that pitched last year, and I guarantee you, you You would not have predicted those would be the unbelievable results of those companies. So a huge congrats to the companies that pitched last year. So tonight what you want to do as an audience member is you want to pretend, for those that might not have the capacity to write a check, but I also do know there are a handful of people in the audience that may have the capacity. So we're asking you to treat these companies as great stock buys. They're not publicly traded yet. You don't have to go to the TSX. These are private companies looking for some equity investment. Now the one thing to keep in mind, what these companies have gone through to prepare for this evening is unbelievable. Hours of relentless coaching, we try to stump them, we get them prepared. It's messy, it's chaotic, it's frustrating. At times they might want to storm out of the room and say, forget it, starting a company is too hard. But then when they rally, they come back and they're here this evening to make a pitch. Again, it's a huge commitment, and it's also quite an adventure. So a few logistical things. On your tables, as I mentioned, you have a little bit about the Innovation Mill and what we do, but you also have what's known as a standard angel deal book. You have profiles of each of the 4 companies that gives you a bit of insight as to what they're all about. Each venture will be on the stage. They will have 10 minutes timed. At the end of that 10 minutes, the screen makes a loud beeping noise that is very difficult to speak over, so they'll be forced to stop. After that, we have a series of panelists whom I'll introduce momentarily. And the role of the panelists is not that of judges. What we do, you as audience members do not get to ask questions during the event while they're pitching. Your questions are being represented by the panelists. We'll have about 8 minutes of that. And once that's done, the companies will switch and we'll move on. We will do 2 companies, break, 2 companies. The night will move very quickly. So on the theme of panelists, I would like to do a quick introduction. Starting on my left here, we have Peter Del Bianco. Peter Del Bianco, seasoned entrepreneur. Most would know him for the brand of Bianco's. Exceptional at sales and marketing, PR, branding, and has been essentially an entrepreneur all his life in many respects. Subsequent to him, we have Duval. Not only does he serve in his day job as a CIO at Laurentian, he's also the founder of Old Rock Coffee. And for some of you may or may not know, but he's probably one of the most accomplished entrepreneurs in the tech space, being part of about 6 startups in Silicon Valley before coming back to Sudbury. Adjacent to Luke, we have Alicia Woods in her, I'll say, split career world. She's the director of North American Sales at McLean Engineering, but most people in this room will be very proud to know her as the founder of CoverGals, which many of you had seen on Dragon's Den. Welcome. And a return to Sudbury. We have Amanda Berloni. She's a corporate commercial, perhaps on the bookends intellectual property lawyer, representing this evening Willibor Delis from Toronto. So on behalf of the audience here, we'd like to thank the panelists for taking some time this evening to help us. So although I did mention that the panelists are asking questions on your behalf, that doesn't mean you get a chance to not ask questions. During the 15-minute break, and as they are now, there are 4 tables at the very back. Each table is allotted 1 company. I would encourage you, if a company has interest, be it from an investment perspective or not, but if you have someone in your Rolodex, somebody in your network that may have capital, please go to a business card exchange. Get to know them. They rely on capital and networks to help them grow and scale their business. So they'll be there at the intermission. Although you'll only see the first 2 companies, if you read ahead, you'll see the other 2 companies, so if you want to chat with them during the intermission, please do so. And immediately following the event, they'll be there for networking until no one wants to talk to them anymore. So please take that opportunity. So, in addition to that, we also have a little bit of fun. Continuing on in your booklet, you'll notice a business card. It's on the bottom right. That's actually a voter's card. If you pull it out and look on the back, each of the 4 ventures is labeled on there. We are going to ask you, in a very sincere request, that look through the lens under the following circumstances. Being a People's Choice Award, do not vote for someone you know just because you like them. This is quite important in that we want you to pretend you have $25,000 and we're asking you to pick the company that you would invest your $25K in. The reason being is the winner of the People's Choice Award will receive a bundle of services worth $25,000 that they can put forward towards growing and scaling their businesses. So the People's Choice Award, while fun, actually has a fair bit of meaning. So at the conclusion of the 4 companies, we're going to quickly do that. Haley will be, I believe, at the back, gathering the cards. We're going to do it very, very quickly, and we'll announce that award winner. In addition, we will also be presenting a door prize from Porter Airlines. I believe Mitch Colbert is here this evening, so we'll have an opportunity to hear from him as we go through the course of the evening and make the presentation. If you need to get up and go to the bathroom, by all means, please do so. Sneak out quietly. It's okay to do that. And I think, other than that, we're ready to go.